What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome to this live stream of the Nick Beasley Show. We are going to be talking about the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. But first, guys, go to elephant-ink.store for official Nick Beasley Show merch. Make sure to check that out. We've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies, or t-shirts, hats, and polos. So make sure to go check out the merch and get you some today. So SummerSlam is WWE's biggest party of the summer, and we've got some huge matchups on the card. This is not my official predictions, but we will be talking about the show. And I'll be going over some of the matches and what I think is going to be a really good match and what I think is going to be a bad match. And we're going to go over an absolute disaster that happened at SummerSlam, or is going to happen at SummerSlam on, I believe it's on Sunday. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. So let's talk about one of the first big matches, Brock versus Oba Femi. Obviously, if you guys don't know, Brock Lesnar in Minneapolis. It's his hometown. He is fighting Darula Oba Femi. Again, this is not my predictions. I'm not going to predict winners and losers here. But let's get into this. So, Brock got beat by Oba at WrestleMania. He then squashed Oba at the following PLE, which I think was like Night of Champions or Queen of the Ring, or no, Clash in Italy. My bad, Clash in Italy. I thought it was a waste of time, personally, to have that match on Clash, but it was cool. And now, to settle the score, it's Brock versus Oba. They're inside Hell in a Cell. I'm excited. I am excited for this match. I like Brock. I love Oba. As far as workers and wrestlers are concerned, two of my favorite guys. I'm a little worried that they're going to go, because Brock is the hometown kid, that they're going to go with the hometown view and have Brock win. I don't necessarily want Brock to win. I want Oba to go over, because Brock's not going to be in the company that much longer, and I think Oba will benefit more from the win. That's my personal take on it. I think Oba needs to win a bit more than Brock does, obviously. And I think he'll benefit from the win more. But again, I'm not making my official predictions here. I'd feel better if Oba won. But who knows? Maybe Oba doesn't win. We'll see. I'll do my official predictions this week and get them out to y'all before SummerSlam on Saturday and Sunday. The next match, I'm not... Okay, so when I do my official predictions, I'm not picking this match because I love Liv versus Io. I love Liv and I love Io, so I refuse to pick against them, just like I refused to pick against them when they wrestled for Queen of the Ring. Here's the thing. First of all, shout out to Herb and Raj podcast, guys. Make sure to go over there and subscribe to them. Oba better win or we riot. You're absolutely right. I'd be okay if Io wins, but I love Liv Morgan too, so this is not my official predictions, but I'm telling you right now, I'm cool with either winning. Although I do think, for what happened last night with Judgment Day, it would make more sense for Liv to win. Here's why. So last night on Monday Night Raw, Raquel Rodriguez won the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Liv is currently the Women's World Champion, meaning the only person in Judgment Day on the female side without a title is Roxanne Perez. I think it benefits Judgment Day and the WWE. You have Liv retain, and then have Roxanne turn on both Liv and Raquel, because she will now be, I'm the only one without a title. And I do think there's a small chance, because Dominic Mysterio is the AAA Mega Champion, I do think there's a small chance that JD turns with Raquel, or I'm sorry, with Roxanne, and they have it be the two without titles are turning on the ones that have titles. I don't want to see JD live the Judgment Day because I like him with Dom. I think that's a really good tag team that they can run off of if they ever want to go tag team with them, like full tag team division. But I would understand the principle of, okay, Dom has a title, Liv has a title, Raquel has a title, JD and Roxanne don't. So I could see that. I could see them going that way with that. This story has been built to shit. They've done nothing with it leading up to SummerSlam. We've had like no real segments with these two. We got promos last night from both of them, but they were off stage. They were pre-recorded. It looked weird with the camera angles. For the love of God, Triple H, if you're listening, please give them time and give the match time to breathe. Io is one of the best professional wrestlers in the world. Not female professional. One of the best professional wrestlers in the world. And Liv is one of the best wrestlers in WWE when given time to work and breathe and let the story come to them, because then the audience gets involved and it becomes a beautiful moment between Liv and Io that the audience will love. Me specifically, because I love both of them. I think both are very capable of being the Women's World Champion. Oh, and I have another idea. If you do keep it on Liv, for the love of God, find her a feud until Stephanie Vaquer is healthy. And if you put it on Io, for the love of God, find her a feud. Okay? That's all I'm asking. Just find whoever's the champion after SummerSlam. Find them a feud. Find them a match to defend the title in. Liv has been champion for over 100 days and has yet to defend the title. That's not a Liv Morgan problem. I know her character is a heel. That's not a Liv Morgan problem. That is a booking problem. That is, oh shit, Stephanie's hurt and we've got nobody to feud with Liv. So we're just going to throw her in Queen of the Ring, take her to the finals, have her lose to Io to set up the SummerSlam match when all the fans really wanted Io versus Rhea. I understand Rhea can't wrestle at SummerSlam because she's hurt, and I get that. But people wanted Io versus Rhea. They wanted Liv versus Raquel and Io versus Rhea, but we're getting Liv versus Io. I'm happy with it, but I'm really hopeful that they actually give whoever's the champion after SummerSlam a real feud, real story, and real time. Now, let's get into the next topic here. The next big money match, Punk versus Cody. This feud has heated up very quickly. It's been done properly. And I've enjoyed every segment and every promo these two have cut. It's personal for these two. They don't like each other anymore. They were friends. Now they're not. Punk throwing shots at Cody by saying, "You're Dusty's kid." I've loved everything about this. I did not like Sami Zayn winning the title. I didn't. I thought it was stupid. Thought it was a waste of time. And I was right. Fast forward, Cody gets taken out. Punk gets to come in. What I want, though, is for somebody to say, because everybody's like, oh, Gunther took out Cody. I want it to be like, I really want, Herb, I agree with that. Sammy is a waste of time. We don't need a standard heel and a standard babyface, but I would like for Punk to be like, well, actually, I'm the one that made the call to take you out, Cody, because I wanted the title shot. Do something where it's like, oh, Punk is that much of an asshole. He didn't just wait for a title shot to fall out of the sky. He made the title shot fall out of the sky. I think that's how you do this. That's how you build this. SummerSlam is going to be great for Punk and Cody. Both have good history there. Both have won titles and lost titles at that event. I think this is going to be one of the best matches on the card. It's definitely one of the best stories going into SummerSlam. All we need is for Friday night, you don't mess with it. You just let what's been happening happen. No celebrity involvement, no outside interference, no nothing. Just let these two do what they got to do on Friday, get us to Saturday night, have the match, and be done with it. Just be done. That's what needs to happen. And then after SummerSlam, you figure out what to do with either Finn Balor or Sami Zayn, which I pray to God it is Finn Balor. Sami Zayn is not championship material. Okay? Sami Zayn is not a world champion material talent. Sami Zayn is at best a mid-card guy working his way through the motions. Let Finn win that match. The next one we're going to get into, and I'm very happy about this. Roman and Seth. My tribal chief. The greatest of all time. My GOAT. Roman Reigns versus the architect, the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins. Don't do anything to screw this one up either. This is going to be possibly the best match on the card, storytelling-wise. You know why? Because there's 13 years of history there. There's legacy to build on, from the Shield to all their battles. We've seen it over the last few weeks. This is a beautiful thing with Roman and Seth, and this is probably the last time we're ever going to get Roman versus Seth. And again, this is not my predictions, so I'm not going to pick a winner or loser yet. I'll have that video out later this week. But I can tell you who I want to win and who I think makes the most sense to win. I want Roman to win for obvious reasons. He's my GOAT. I don't want him dropping the title, 100 plus days after winning it. I think he should keep it through the summer. However, story-wise, I think it would make sense for Seth to win. Because the story is, Seth has never lost to Roman. Roman cannot beat Seth. He can't beat him when it matters the most, when a title's on the line or a title opportunity. He just can't do it. Seth also says Roman can't win without his family. Well, you've got the Usos and Jacob Fatu taking on Solo and LA Knight and Royce Keys on Saturday night, so that gives you an out. They can't get involved because they got banged up the night before. It gives you an out. Seth can then go and Seth can defend the title against a Braun Breaker, against an LA Knight, against a Royce Keys, against a, as Herb said, an Obafemi. And you can believe that those guys can beat Seth. You do any of that with Roman, nobody's thinking Roman's losing that. When they did Jacob, everybody was like, okay, this is cute, but Jacob's going to lose. That's how I felt. I was like, okay, this was cool, but like Jacob's going to lose the match. And it happened, and now we see what's happened with Jacob where he's fallen in line. But I do think there's going to be a debut at SummerSlam that I'll talk about in my prediction video later this week. But I think there's going to be a debut, and I think I'm going to be very happy with that debut. And I will be live for sure Sunday night, debating Saturday. I'll be live streaming, live reacting to SummerSlam this weekend. Let's get into the next match. And I'm going to apologize in advance because this is where my rant it's about to go bad. I'm going to try to refrain from cussing. I don't like Danhausen. I don't like anything about him. I don't like his face. I don't like his outfit. I don't like his voice. I don't like the "you are cursed." I don't like any of it. Here's what I really don't like. Last night on Monday Night Raw, possibly the worst Monday Night Raw I've ever seen. And if you didn't watch it, don't waste your time to go back to watch it. Just watch my video from last night where I talked about it. Or better yet, I do have a Spotify with my podcast, Nick Beasley Show, on Spotify. You can just go listen to it. If you don't want to see my face, just go listen to it. That's cool. Last night, they made a stipulation for Danhausen and Dirty Dom. If the match wasn't bad enough, because why is Dom fighting Danhausen at SummerSlam when he should be fighting for the title, for an Intercontinental Championship match? But whatever. I thought I was going back in time to 2000 in the WCW days. I really did. Or like 2019 WWE. Like, I was living a nightmare because they announced that it's going to be a Human Monies on a pole match? What the hell does that even mean? Human Monies on a pole? What are they going to do? Hang a briefcase above the ring or something? Like what? I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing, WWE? I need Paul, I need you to understand something. If Dominic Mysterio loses this match because of the stupid stipulation, which now I really think he's losing because of this stipulation, and this is just a way to keep him from being pinned by Danhausen, I'm going to lose my mind. He is your AAA Mega Champion. How are you treating him this poorly? I understand AAA is a separate entity from WWE, kind of, but they're not really because they bought them. Okay, WWE bought AAA. Dominic Mysterio is your AAA Mega Champion. He's going into Triple Mania defending that title against El Grande Americano. He aligned himself with Omos on Thursday or Saturday, whenever the show was. I think it might have been Saturday when the AAA show was. I want something that makes sense for Dominic. Forget the fact that he's literally a Hall of Famer's son. Forget the fact that he's probably one of your most over heels in the company right now. You have him getting cursed by a Muppet. By a little hobbit running around backstage cursing people. It's not cute anymore. It was really funny and cute when Danhausen was driving Adam Pearce insane, and Adam Pearce kept saying, "I need a drink." That was funny. That was entertaining. I enjoyed that. This Danhausen getting involved in feuds where he's cursing the Women's World Champion, cursing the AAA Mega Champion, and stealing human monies. What are we doing? Are we living in a fucking Matrix? I apologize for cussing. I'm trying not to. But I really feel like we're living in like some type of alternate universe where professional wrestling isn't a thing and where entertainment is like the corniest stuff ever that makes no sense. And Herb, I'm glad you brought it up. Feels like they don't know what to do with Dom after he lost. Yeah, no, I agree. Here's what you do with Dominic, though. I'm gonna book Dominic Mysterio for you, Triple H. Since you don't know how to do it, I'll do it for you for free. Keep him in AAA. Have him wrestle on Monday Night Raw. I don't care. Have him at SummerSlam. I don't care. Don't have him losing stupid matches to Joe Hendry because Danhausen cursed him. And this happened a couple weeks ago, and I got really mad about it. Don't ever, and I mean ever, put Io Sky with the Muppet Hobbit creature again. Don't ever have them interact. I don't even want to see them backstage interacting. Don't do it. Don't have him interact with anybody of importance to the company. I'm genuinely worried about Dominic Mysterio's job security because clearly somebody in the back, somebody in the writer's room, he's made them mad. Because that's the only logical explanation I can come up with for what I'm seeing. I don't understand what we're doing. I don't get it. It makes zero sense. I don't even know what a human monies on a pole match consists of. And I don't really want to find out, but obviously I'm going to because I'm going to be watching SummerSlam. Because I'm not missing the show because there's too many good matches on the show. But it does feel like this is just a joke show with a couple good matches sprinkled in there. I went over the good matches. Brock Oba, Liv Io, Roman Seth, Punk, and Cody. That's your good matches. The rest of it makes no sense, and it just feels like it's all sprinkled in there to be a comedy. I don't want... Look. There are some wrestling fans, and I'm sure I'll get comments about it. There are some wrestling fans that love comedic wrestling. I like R-Truth. I do. I like R-Truth. He's great. He's funny. I don't need another comedy wrestler. I like R-Truth. R-Truth is awesome. R-Truth is one of my favorites. Keep him as your comedic comedy wrestler. Don't mess with Dominic and stop having the Hobbit curse him and throwing human... What human monies? I ain't seen no human monies. What are we doing? Also, what creature talks like that? And I understand that's his gimmick and that's what he's supposed to do. It's a stupid gimmick. I hate Danhausen. And look, I know somebody that likes Danhausen. That makes Danhausen funny. I'm friends with that person. I got no problem with that person. Me and that person are good. I don't agree with him that Danhausen is funny, but I'm not going to not be friends with him. I mean, look, I've got a friend that hates Roman Reigns. I love Roman. I disagree with him about his opinion on Roman, that he, doesn't like him. I think he should. I think everybody should like Roman, but it's okay. It's cool. I need to know what we're doing with Dominic Mysterio after SummerSlam, and it better be either setting up a match in AAA or WWE, I don't really care which one, to retire Rey Mysterio, or he gets back in the IC title picture and becomes two belts Dom again. Because Dom is a great wrestler when given real opportunities to be good. This story has been awful. And it's not Dominic's fault. And it's not even Danhausen's fault. It's Triple H's fault. Guys, before we get into the last segment of the evening, again, make sure to go to elephant-inc.store for official Nick Beasley Show merch. Again, we have t-shirts, we have hats, and we have polos now. So make sure to go check those out. And while you're over there, make sure to go check out Herb and Raj Podcast Gear. They have some awesome Work, Play, Live, Ditch shirts. I think I said that right. If I didn't, and let me know. Some other awesome shirts. So make sure to go check their stuff out as well. And go check out the Bama Standard, the Bama Blueprint and their shirts, and Roll Tide Nation and their shirts. They do a great job over there. And make sure to go subscribe to Herb and Raj and to the Bama Blueprint. Those are friends of mine, and they do an awesome job every week. Every Wednesday, Herb and Raj are live. I think Roll Tide Nation has a live show like every night pretty much. Those guys are killing it. And then Saturday nights with Herb and Raj is called Unhinged. It's awesome. It's the best Saturday night show of all time. So make sure to go check them out and make sure to go subscribe to them. I think Herb and Raj are like maybe 100 away from 1,000 subscribers. So let's get them to that 1,000 because they absolutely deserve it. I know for a fact that Herb and Raj they both work their butts off to make that channel good. And they both do a fantastic job. And go follow them on TikTok. Same thing, Herb and Raj Podcast. They do a fantastic job over there. Saturday nights, again, come join. Yes, they are Alabama fans, but it is awesome content, and they welcome all football fans, all fans of anything, and they will talk football. They'll talk wrestling. They'll talk other sports with you. They are very much Alabama fans, though, which I am as well. But again, it's all love. It's all great community. We've got Georgia fans in there. You have an Auburn fan that comes on there. They just, I think, wrapped up their summer series, which was fantastic. So if you didn't watch it, make sure to go back and check that out. They got guys on there from like every SEC school to talk about their season and how they felt, and that was awesome. And shout out to Herb, man, commenting, yeah, they are 20 away, so let's go make sure they get to that 1,000. Let's go make sure Herb and Raj get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, 20 away. And let's get into this last subject. Has WWE ruined SummerSlam? For me, not entirely. Some people might say they have. I'm going to say they haven't entirely ruined it. However, last night was borderline. I thought about just never watching WWE ever again. I really did. I went through a moment where I've decided that last night was not real. It was a nightmare. It was a bad dream. And I woke up this morning and nothing happened. There was no Monday Night Raw last night was canceled based on what happened. Because another thing that happened was there was only one women's match and like one women's segment on the entire show. So, yeah, that sucked. But have they ruined SummerSlam? I don't think so because the match card is incredible. But they're borderline close to ruining other PLEs. TKO's involvement, having celebrities come in, having just unnecessary things happen, not giving the women time to actually go out there, let a match breathe, tell a story, and be, I don't know, this is a crazy concept, fun to watch, has started to hurt them a lot with fans, me included, and I'm not the only one. Several fans feel that way. I really did feel like last night that Danhausen match turning into a human monies on a pole match was Vince Russo from 2000 WCW. And look, I wasn't born in 2000, okay? I was born in 03. But I went back and watched the WCW 2000s against my better judgment. From what other people told me about it, it was awful. But I wanted to see for myself. It was really bad. And again, 2019 WWE, it was the same thing. It was just nightmare booking left and right. They were awful. Nobody knew what was going on. I mean, I'm not even gonna mention the worst match of that year. We all know what it was. And if you don't, do yourself a favor and don't look it up. Because it will hurt you to watch it. It'll be painful to watch. And it's sad because it's two of my favorite wrestlers and one of my all-time favorites. In fact, it involves the guy that got me into professional wrestling, that made me a fan. But again, I don't think WWE's ruined SummerSlam. If they have, for some fans, I wouldn't be shocked. But for me, it's still the biggest party of the summer. It's 2 nights. It's going to be fun. So we'll see what happens there. I'm hopeful that SummerSlam is good. I'm worried that the women won't be given time. And in that 5-woman ladder match, we need to be given time. That's going to have to be given time for the interim WWE Women's Championship. That's got to be given time. But we'll see what happens with SummerSlam. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below if you did not watch this live. If you are watching it live, comment what match you're most looking forward to on the SummerSlam card and what match you're probably going to go get something to eat during, because who cares? I'll go first. My favorite match on the card that I'm looking forward to the most is Roman versus Seth, for obvious reasons. I'm a Roman fan. My least favorite match that I'm probably going to go get something to eat during is Danhausen versus Dominic, because I don't know what a human money's on a pole match is, and I don't really want to find out, to be honest with you. Again, guys, thank y'all for watching. It was going to be a quick live tonight. I wasn't going to go too long. I will upload the audio to Spotify of this live stream so you guys can go back and listen to it. Again, elephant-inc.store for official Nick Beasley Show merch. And they're 20 away from 1,000, so let's get Herb and Raj that 1,000 subscribers. I believe, I can't confirm or deny, but I have heard a rumor that when we get to that 1,000 mark, Herb of Herb and Raj is supposedly going to wear a tank top on the show. I can't confirm or deny. I'm not sure if that's true or not. That's what I've heard. It's a rumor going around. I don't know if that's true or not. But the faster we get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, the quicker we find out if he is or is not. I don't know if that's true. But we will see. And again, guys, Saturday nights, come join us over on Herb and Raj. They have a blast. The chat has a blast. It really is a family and a community over there. So, okay. So when y'all get to 1,000, make sure I don't want. Oh man, I love Herb and Raj. They're both like brothers to me. Herb has been one of my best friends over the last year and a half. He's done a lot for me, and he's given me a lot of advice on the channel. They have what I want as far as the community and having an interactive chat, and love those guys, and they love all of us in the chat. It's a big family over there. I couldn't be more grateful for both of them, Herb and Raj. Obviously, also shout out, guys. Go subscribe to the Run In Wrestling Podcast on YouTube, hosted by Big Mike. He is one of the best wrestling content creators on the planet, and also just one of the best guys you'd ever want to meet. So go make sure to subscribe to him as well. Subscribe to Roll Tide Nation. Those guys are doing an absolute fantastic job. Again, I think they're live like every night of the week. Like, it's crazy how hard those guys work over there. And again, guys, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel as well. As we are on the road to 1,000, we're a bit further behind than Herb and Raj, but we are on the road to 1,000, so make sure to hit the subscribe button. It is completely free, and I will never ask you guys to pay for anything on this channel. So thank y'all, love y'all, and bye. You guys will see me on Saturday and Sunday for SummerSlam.